Welcome to video number 4, Financial Foundations on Personal Budget. Once again, we have Matt Parr from Gather FCU sharing his perspectives and advice with budget.
A good way to think of budgeting is like a bucket of water. The hose that you're dumping in, the hose that's pouring water into that bucket is your income. The holes in the bottom of the bucket, that's all of your expenses, right? So you have a bucket, holes in the bottom, the water going in the top is your income, the drips coming out the bottom are all your expenses. To understand where your money every month is going, the first thing I recommend people do is for a month straight, record every dollar, every cent you spend. Don't try and make any changes. Don't think about it and say, oh, well, I'm not going to do that because I'm recording. Just record your spending habits, every cent for a full month. After that 1 month, you'll have a really good understanding of where your money is going, because you need to know where your money is going before you can really focus your energy on where you want to make changes. You might think that, all your money is going to your rent and your car payment, but then you might find out that actually just as much is going to daily coffee or gas or something you didn't, going out with your friends. So once you spend that month, record all your funds, then you'll categorize your spending. Categorize it into necessity. I need to pay my rent. I need to pay my car loan. I need to pay my daycare or my college tuition, my books. And then your other miscellaneous expenses, the wants. I want to go out with my friends once a week. I want to, get coffee from Starbucks. I want to, go out for lunch every day. Once you understand where your funds are going, then you can understand where you want to make changes. And if your goal is to increase your overall net wealth, maybe with a goal in mind of I need to reach that $20,000 for a down payment, or I just want to have money available to me, more than I did yesterday. So if you know where the money's going, then you can really take steps to achieve that goal. And first step is cutting expenses that you think are, not needed. And a lot of people spend, that money on coffee in the morning, which I do too. I drink energy drinks and I drink them every morning. And so when I'm actually budgeting and saving for something, that's one of the first things to go. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go out and buy coffee every morning. I'm going to make my own. And there's little things you can do like that to save funds, but you have to understand where the money's going before you can really start filling in the holes at the bottom of that bucket and saving up more. Budgeting in college is tough because you're going to school full time. If you have income, it's not as much as it would be if you had a full-time job. But you have a lot of, not necessarily peer pressure, but pressures to live like a college life. And if you're paying your way through college, you're not on scholarship, your parents are financing, and that can be really tough because you're going to have friends that want you to go out every week or every night and, go bar hopping or, go on, road trips with them. And you really just have to decide what's more important to you, where you want to be, and decide, I'm not saying never go out, but maybe not go out every night, maybe, cut it back to once a week and budget for it. It's all goes down to recognizing where your money's going and then deciding where you want to put it instead. As far as it goes with living on a college wage, whether it's part-time work or you actually took out student loans to finance your living situation while you're in school, building credit in college is, it's not any harder than building credit out of college. The one thing you don't want to do, and there's these guys on every single campus, is there's always almost everybody that I've talked to, their first credit card comes from somebody, some vendor standing at, a career day or something, saying, hey, sign up for this credit card and you get this free gym bag or you get this, whatever. Those credit cards, those introductory credit cards, Capital One or Credit One, are charging just an insane amount of interest. If you rack up $500 of debt on one of those credit cards and then start making the minimum payment, it will take you 10 years to pay it off because you're accumulating interest on every dollar you don't pay off every month. So if you're making the minimum payment, like 90% of that payment is going to interest, and you're just perpetuating more and more interest every month. So go to a local credit union or an institution you have a relationship with. If your parents already have a relationship with a bank, First Hawaiian, Bank of Hawaii, or a local credit union, their rates on their cards are going to be significantly better than those large companies. And they're not going to be, you might not get a free bag, but you're not going to be paying it off for the rest of your life either. If you do that, use it once a month for filling up your car with gas, or use it every day for daily coffee or something, or use it for your lunch, and pay it off down to zero every month. You're going to have a good credit score. Then eventually the next thing you want to do is an installment loan, which is kind of building that mix of credit that we talked about, whether that's financing a vehicle to get to and from school, or financing a small personal loan or student loan to make pay for books or something like that. That's going to build your mix of credit, so when you leave school, you're not going to have to start from zero. You'll have a good credit score already. Hopefully, if you've been budgeting, you'll have at least a little something saved up so that you can take your next step, whatever that step may be. Maybe it might be moving out on your own. You're going to need down payment for first and last month's rent, security deposit. So it costs, even if you don't own a home, it costs money every time you move. And unless you're going to stay on campus the rest of your life, you're going to have moving expenses.